We currently have a player on a winning streak.
Spinning bird kick!
We currently have a player on a winning streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Let's get this mission started.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Goes for the fireball. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Denies the low heavy. Decides to meet them in the air. That attack landed for a counter hit. Gets Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Will gain control of the match in the early going. From low heavy to smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Wow, easy tech. Blocks the low heavy and side switch in the corner. Ah, burnout activates. Pops him with a shorty. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball. Player 2, there's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Going in, life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Bomb critical. What's gonna happen? Player 2, they're going for the super art KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
The featured player's win streak has been stopped.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. No good up high. Overdrive.
Here we go!
Player 2 has been really leaning on that drive gauge. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time, so it's vital to not let that happen. They need to make good use of the gauge without emptying it. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Taking stock. What's their game plan? Low heavy for the win. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps in. Who's going to start things off? Leaning on the overdrive. Burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. The throw missed. Looking for a chance. They're going for the super art. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Taking no prisoners. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
We currently have a player on a winning streak. We currently have a player on a winning streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
The top player is here. Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Opts for the throw. It's clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Fires off an overdrive art. Adding that to the mix will change the pace of the match and keep the opponent on their toes. Does a good job of pushing back. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Knockdown. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Throws them to negate the block. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Jump? Both fighters planning something? Just goes for it, and this range finishes them with a drive impact. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Hits them with a stop and block. Big, low, reaching heavy. Shoots off a fireball up close. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Knockdown and... uses the target combo as a filler. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Going in. Drives in fact misses. Catches out flatline zone. How's that? Here's the final round.
That's right.
The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Player 2 flipping uses their drive game. The low block. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Throws them. What now? Turns out. Player 2 is in for throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Impact. Squat. This is such a tough situation to be in, but they still have a chance. Even the slightest hit may end the round. They can't afford it. Draw super hard incoming. Gets the fades out the low kick. What are they? They're recovered. Fights back with authority. Player 1 has a full truck flatline game. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Throws a fireball. The low heavy is denied. Slips the grab. Brushes off the throw. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Grabs them, throws them to negate the block. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Taking stock. Can't tech the throw. Will this super art connect? Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Gets the counter hit throw. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. And the throw ends the round. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. The low doesn't connect. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Jumps? Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Breaks the block with a burnout activated. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bomb critical. What's gonna happen? Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Still slugging it out at this range. Anti-air in the clutch. Here comes the clutch, they're recovered. Free full strikes. There's the closes it out. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talk? Throws them to negate the block. Steps in for the throw. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Below heavy hits. Goes for the throw. Knockdown. This is a gigantic life lead. How are they going to deal with this? Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around into a KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Holds out with the block. Smart throws, that'll do more damage than usual. Hits them with the counter throw. A super art? The super doesn't hit. That's not gonna hit. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Drive gauge gap here. Going in? Player 2 is dominating this match. Gets scooped from down low. Knockdown and KO! That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
We currently have a player on a winning streak. The featured player's win streak has been stopped.
Comes a new challenger.
featured player's win streak has been stopped.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
We gotta do this. Come on.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. No good up high. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. There's a corner switch. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Low heavy. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Takes a trip from up above. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Knockdown. Blocks the low heavy. Scrapping it out up close, experiencing burnout. That was a huge, huge stun. They need to capitalize on this chance and go in for the kill. Sneaks in the throw. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Can't take the throw. Player 2 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Near experiencing burnout. Both sides, they're going for the super art. Excellent read. Player 1 low heavy, but no go. The low. What'll happen here? Whoa! Critical art now. Player 1 with the closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Throws them. The last round uses their drive gauge. Jump. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Low heavy, all the throw connects. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Nowhere to run, a rare chance here. They gotta do something. Now they can use drive. The low. Oh, they switch sides. Amazing. Nice fireball. Player 1, there's the burnout. Good decision with that throw. Oh my God, not super! Gross! I can't believe it! They're just gonna go for it with the super! Are you serious? That comeback was unreal! We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there! Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win!
Round 1. Fight.
Open with the low! Hit the drive! The impact doesn't do anything! The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Huge opportunity here with no way to back cash out of danger. What's the play here? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. They're really being worked over in the corner. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Can't tech the throw? All right, what's coming up next? Life lead opens up. This is gonna be bad news. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Fires off the Chiku KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Can they keep on him? Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Player 2 chases them down. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Jump! Going in, drive gauge gap here. They just won't stop switching sides. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Knockdown and brushes that off and keeps going. Opts for the critical art. experiencing burnout. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Big opportunity. Connects with the throw. Both sides get low heavy. Charges up the flatline zone. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Just out of range for that throw. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Wow, shut down. Neither can lean on their drive too hard right now. What's the play here? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Taking stock. This gets him. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Gets the knockdown, and now shoots off a fireball up close. Pops him with a shorty. Fantastic awareness. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. From upstairs. Juri kick for a mix-up. Genius read. Players in there. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Blocks the impact. Jumps in. The low kick hits. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Gotta do better than that. Keeps the knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Anticipated that throw. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. Okay, here we go. There's a burnout. Connects with the throw. What's this Chun-Li gonna do? What now? A real test of charges up the flat. It is over. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
The featured player's win streak has been stopped. We currently have a player on a winning streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Gotta do this. Come on. Let me have some fun.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking their opponent. Overdrive. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Big trouble here. The stun is going to leave them defenseless. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Throws them down. Closes the gap for the grab. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Juri kick for a mix-up. Shows a medium kick. A super art? That's not gonna hit. The super doesn't hit. Projectile to try and change the situation. Can they create an opportunity? And the throw ends the round. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Sure you can. Rising uppercut. Burnout activates. Gets carried to the corner. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Looking for a chance. Juri kick for a mix-up. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up.
Okay, here we go. A real test of nerve slams on the break. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight!
Escape the corner.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 had a rough go of it last round due to poor drive management. But there's still time to adapt and turn this match around.
Both are ready to pull the trigger on their low heavy, but no go. The low's blocked. Player 2 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Crowns them from above. Amazing.
Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation?
Bring in the heat!
Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale.
Bet that hurt.
Player 2
Needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity.
both sides getting ready. Flex stun. They gotta get in there. Oh, bear recovered. Slams on the brakes. Are you kidding me? Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.